Good afternoon and welcome to Tag Tuesday with Junk Journal Craft and Chat on my YouTube channel, Purple Hearts Creations by Chrissy. I use my YouTube channel for my personal business, Purple Hearts Creations by Chrissy, as well as the group that I am. It's not necessarily my group. A wonderful lady named Judith started the group, and then she retired from it, and I've taken over the min role. And that's Junk Journal Craft and Chat, and she built an amazing group, and so I've had the pleasure of taking it to helping run the group now. Right now it's only me as a min and Yafa as our moderator, and she runs a Creative Ways. You must come and check out our Creative Ways. It's amazing. So today is Tag Tuesday, as I said, and we are going to be making tags with a twist and a hidden journal space. So I'm working on this. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get it in my shop. It's just going to be like almost like a ephemera holder, but it's not going to be like little pieces of ephemera. It's going to be all kinds of different things. So I made this one to go in here, and I'm working on different tags. I have to finish these ones. They're just a start right now. I collaged some of them last night, and then at 12:30 I said, well, I better go to bed, and I made this one and I made this one, and I haven't finished this one yet. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do to the top of it yet, and it's going to have all kinds of other little neat things in it, some booklets, some bags and that. But and I did this one already for what we're doing as an example, but I made it to go in this paper is just, it's beautiful paper. It's by Ruby Pearl, I think is how she says it. I don't think it has an N in it. So what we're doing is, it's a very simple tag to make. This is from her kit as well. And so it just swings to a hidden journal space. And I didn't do it, but I might go back. You could decorate, put paper on the back of that as well, and right there as well. And I put this on the back, so when it slides into a pocket, you have here, and technically if you wanted to, you could flip it over and write all the way down. So I might take that apart now that I've seen it and do that. Now with them, they when I watched Camelia Craft Designs, where I got this idea from, she put a label here. And I'm not sure about that. I keep looking at it unless I pull out another type of label. I don't like that solid green. So I might pull out a smaller label maybe and put it, if I can find one that I like, type thing, and go that way with it. That is maybe more along what I'm going to do. But this is blue, but something a little more neutral. Now, necessarily don't have to cover this up, because then, you got quite a bit. If I do this, you lose some space. So that's up to you. I've decided not to do that. I don't mind this being seen at all. So I'm staying like that. So I'm going to try to make 2 of these today on screen if we can. And there we go. I thought it was really cute, and it's different, and it's something new we can put in our journals. And I'm just going to slide it in here so I don't lose it. Now it can be any size tag you want. I went and cut ahead and cut some tags out. I made 2 sets this same size, and then of course I had this little piece left over from my paper, so it's a little more narrow, so I can do that one as well. For me in my Tag Tuesday, I have journals in mind that I am doing it for. I did it for that one here, and I'm doing it for my I didn't name her. The paper pack I'm using is called Lily, digital. So I'm making one to go in this journal that I have going. That's right now what I'm doing a lot of times, is I've got journals in my brain that are going to go ahead. Now, if you noticed in this one, I just used an image, which is great as well. In this one, I want to do a little something different. I'm going to cover mine fully. Like this is technically, yeah, I can do it whatever way I want, is what I'm going to do. If you want to just use it, I'm sorry guys. I did not yawn at all when I've been up having my tea, and I didn't yawn once. The moment I turn on the camera, I seem to yawn. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this. And I have not found where I put my baby wipes. I have a mess because I've been creating so much, and I did lives, and when I do lives, oh, I make a mess. But I need to organize my mess. But I don't want to stop creating, so it just gets piled all over the place. Last night I did start a little organization. Sometimes what I do if I'm working on a project is I have a file folder, and this is my digitals I'm using for my Christmas, a little Christmas one, and the little packet I'm doing, and that's, I just put Ruby Pearl Christmas Morning Star Shining, the digitals I'm using. And then I have here other digitals to use with them for the planned journals, and I haven't written them down yet. And I do it in pencil so that if I use all this up, then I just erase it and I can reuse the file folder. So I do that sometimes with my projects, and I have it's a pot holder, and I have it in one of my moving carts, and I keep that right behind me, and it has my different things. It's got my fussy cuts that I've got to do. That is going to be my big thing in the new year, is I'm going to sit. I'm not going to create other than what I do for the thing, but maybe we'll do some organization. And I'm going to get all my fussy cuts caught up and get that organized. That's my goal for what I'm going to do in the new year, is do, you know what I find? I used to cut these, and then I've been watching lately, but I got to make sure I have my thicker ruler, is I found that it actually works better to tear it. I've just been watching, and now I don't throw these away, because what I do, like, because I'm working on this project, is I have tags I keep close by, and so there's something I'm going to be doing with an envelope. So all I'm doing is I'm pulling it out. It's going to be covered, but sometimes I put my scraps on it because I'm going to collage on it. So then I know where I'm going with it. So I keep that close by. Different things. Usually I have different journal cards, different tags, or clusters. Sometimes even I'll paper clip some papers together so I can make a cluster. Now, of course, that one is not going to be easy to tear. So in this case, boy, it must be something with the filming that I'm yawning, or I'm just waking up. My tea is kicking in. I need another tea. Is what I should have made a tea for this. Is what I should have done. Okay. So I have that, and I already found the picture I'm going to put on mine, but I think I might add a little more to her. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to look at my papers here, move the junk I just threw on top of it. Because this journal has a mixture of this blue and green that I normally wouldn't put in there. So what I'm going to see, as you can see, I was punching out hearts because I made buttons with this paper. So, thinking I'm going to take this. I'm not sure if I'm going to. And I was thinking of doing something like that, but it's so matchy-matchy that maybe I won't. And do I have any words? I mean script ones. might work nicely. I really want to tear. I thought I knew where I was going with that one, and then I went off thinking I wanted to put something different on it. And I'm just thinking maybe, here's a piece. It's in my Christmas one. It can be used with anything, but I threw it in because I was working on Christmas last night, doing a few things. This weekend I'm going to pull out the stuff and start doing the house for Christmas. I decorate my downstairs where I live, and I also do the upstairs. And me and the little one are put up the tree. That's one thing it's hard for me because I'm very precise on my tree. And so it's hard for me sometimes. Like my girlfriends for a while didn't put up trees because they had some situations. Their mother passed away, then their father got very sick. So they just didn't feel like putting a tree up, and they started coming to my house for Christmas. I said, oh, we should have a tree decorating on evening, and you can come over and we'll have hot chocolate and decorate the tree. They're like, it's not like you're going to let us decorate the tree because you're going to change everything around. So now I'm just wondering if I should just keep it plain. Maybe instead of taking it away, we'll just add it there. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. No worries. What we do now is this one will be perfect for this. Yep, it's a perfect length to go in that one. So we'll just stick that piece of paper under the paper clip. And there we go. It's just how I do things. It just helps me like keep track of the little papers for it. It also, that means that'll be lickety split for me to complete. And I've got I'm going to redo my schedule for the week and organize a little more. I'm doing good with organizing for Tag Tuesday and that, but in between that, I need to like schedule my personal stuff as well. Like, for instance, I'm going to work on a certain journal for 2 hours and then move on to the next journal for a little bit and go that way because I'm kind of doing them. Or I'm going to do tags for all my children thing. That's why I'm trying to organize my paper into file folders. Then I can just pull the file folder out. Let's say I'm doing decorated envelopes. Then I'll just go that way. That's how I'm thinking of going. There we go. Now I do like that. So we'll go ahead and put her on. Now, I could corner round her, but I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to leave her the way she is. Just the way she is. So we got this. We'll put her on. Oh, I should be... Oh. And then put my glue somewhere where I'm not going to knock it. Then corner rounder. I really need a new corner rounder because this is not doing very well anymore. I should have another one of these somewhere. I'm going to have to go looking for it. Usually if I find them on sale, or my sister does, really cheap people getting rid of them, then I'm going to corner around. So there's my first one done. Okay. Put that scrap over there. That's the first part done. So that's the easy, well, all of it's pretty easy. Uh-oh, Boo-Boo's coming. No food, Boo-Boo. I'm busy. Oh, I shouldn't have poured around it till I put the paper on it. So now it's my hidden journal spot. I have decided I think I'm going to put some color around it because I've already collaged that, so I don't really want a lot of the brown to show. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some paper here. But what I'm going to do, yeah, I think I'll do that. Or maybe I'll go this way. And I'm just going to take this white off so I can get a... And yes, I'm going to put lined paper, but I'm just going to put it over top of this. I just want the collaging to follow through. That's me personally. You can just put the paper there if you choose to do so. And what I'm going to do, because I'm basically collaging this all up, I'm just going to put glue right on the tag and all over my board. And if I had my baby wipes, Boo Boo, you're going to have to wait for your food now. It's technically not your next feeding anyways. All right. She is my eater. She loves her food like me, like her owner. Her sister eats a fair bit too, but her sister doesn't put on weight like she does. Her sister's like a little panther. But Boo Boo's less active than Pika is. Pika's very active. You always find her running about with her balls and that. Boo Boo, and even if you play with Boo Boo, she's like half interested in it. Aren't you, Boo Boo? She keeps hearing me say her name. It's funny because I watch 507 Willow Journals a lot while I'm creating it. I just find it very relaxing. And her cat's named Boo Boo, and the other day Boo Boo was up on my desk laying while I was watching, and where did I put that paper now? I've already lost it. That's how easy it is for me to misplace things. Now, I necessarily don't have to put, again, the same. Let me see. Do I have a piece? Oh. There we go. Mind you, I wanted to keep that to show those lines, so I don't really want to use that. And this one isn't quite long enough. Oh, yes, I know. You're going to have to wait. Sorry there, little one. So I'm going to add that. But I want to just put a little color on it. Just a little. I didn't on the other one, but I did on this. Because the color is so close to it. So I kind of want to add a little. Yes, Boo Boo baby. Her name is actually Boo, because I named the sisters Pika Boo. But Boo is not as cute as Boo Boo, so she ended up being Boo Boo. I think that's part of my friend's thing, because he would always say to her when she meows like for food, he'd say, "Oh, Boo Boo." And so it kind of just took. Now, do I have... Oh, I dropped that right on top of you. You're going to have to wait, baby love. Yeah, we'll add a little green in there. But I don't want that up there. Maybe up a little, over a little. There we go. I'm being so precise with my collaging when I'm going to cover the majority of it up. There we go. Now this piece is a little smaller, so it'll probably fit better on there. And, oops. Let's put that there and that there. And this might end up on that. So I'm going to put that there. Sometimes I have, while I'm creating, I have other thoughts go through my head. I got to get back on track. So there we go. And because I know for a fact that I don't have to worry about, well, I'm going to circle around the other one, but not as much. And I'm going to trim this up a little. There we go. We're going to take it. Hope I'm in. I keep trying to learn my camera. I still have to flip these around. For some reason, I can't figure out. Even if I turn it around, it still turns backwards. So it takes me about 45 minutes to save the two, usually because I have like pieces. So I have to edit it and put it all together into one video. That takes about 45 minutes, and then to flip it, it takes about another 45 minutes, and then I have to upload it to YouTube, and that takes about 30 minutes. So it's actually a pretty long process. Now, if I wanted to, I could have just, did 2 pictures and then have the thing, but I like the idea of the hidden journal. And let's pull out a piece of paper. It can be any lined paper. I just happen to have this digital, and I printed it because I liked it. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't really have to do that. It's just a force of habit. Because I'm basically gonna... Now I cheat a little. I go ahead and I trace around for my cutting. Even though I'm going to make that a little bit smaller, it just gives me, it's just a little easier for me this way. I'm going to rip it. Okay, paper, you're in my way. I need to give my desk a good clean because I let it get a mess. And I wanted to get this filming, so I didn't tidy up from... Usually what I do is I tidy up in the morning my desk for filming. But I was creating my tag, which I should have done last night, but I had a different mindset of something I was creating, and I couldn't get into the... So obviously this is going to be too big. So sometimes I just go ahead and... So I know I got to take a bit more off of this. Yes, I'm losing a lot of the collaging, and I knew that, but that was okay with me. I did not want any of it to show at all. I have a bit of pencil line here. Get rid of that. Aren't my pencils cute? I love these pencils. I found them at a funky store at the beach, and I love them. I bought a container of them. I have a thing for pencils and pens. If you see the amount of pencils and pens I have that I never use, but they look pretty sitting in all of my little tins on my shelf, I have an addiction. I used to use a lot of Sharpies for something I was planning on trying to do with the Sharpies, and it just never worked for me. So I have all these Sharpies. I keep saying I'm going to sell them because I don't really need them. But then I'm a hoarder when it comes to pens and markers. I have boxes of pencil crayons and boxes of markers. I can't help myself. Terrible. Terrible. Okay. See, it just does not want to cut for me anymore. Sometimes it does really good. Other times it does it. And it's getting really fussy to make sure I empty it. Okay. Glue it. There we go. Glue that down. If you cut a bunch of tags up, like I kind of did that and had them ready to go, and like I knew where I was going with these. You could do these in no time. I collaged a little more than the Christmas one I did. That was just really took me no time at all. I just rewatched her video because I just wanted to make sure. And I made a mistake even then watching her video. Okay, so I'm going to cover the back of this one. I'm not covering it in line. I'm just seeing if I have a piece without having to start a new one. Oh, there we go. But sometimes I'm getting hungry myself, boo-boo. I don't know what I want to have for lunch today. Maybe I'll just make myself a nice protein bowl. Basically, what for my protein bowl is I cut up cucumbers, dice them small, tomatoes. I have a nice avocado upstairs. Oh, yes. Peppers, mushrooms. I put it all in the bowl. And I dice it very small. And then I pull out canned chicken. You can use ham. You could use turkey, whatever you want. Or if you have chicken or that, sometimes I buy the ready cooked chicken strips or pieces plain, and I go ahead and I cut that up too. But I've just been using the canned chicken because I don't have to worry about expiry date, because I go through, oh, I don't feel like that today. And I dice it all up small. Then I cut up the chicken really small. And then I put avocado on it. And I have this, Walmart has it. It's salad toppers. And mine has sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and dried cranberries in it. I put that in it too. And then I take mayonnaise and my salad, I have a Paul Newman salad dressing, and now Walmart's not carrying it. I have a feeling they only bring it in for the summer. So when my bottle's empty, I'm going to be very sad. And I mix it with the mayonnaise to make it a little creamy, but not too creamy. And I put it on it, and I gobble that down. And it's delicious. You could put anything you want in it. That's my things. I don't put as much tomatoes. I'm not a big tomato person. Cucumbers, my main ingredients, and avocado. I'll put a whole avocado. They're tiny little avocados, though. They're not a big giant one. So just corner round that up. Okay. Now, I know many of you some of you may not have this. But there's other ways you can make tabs. I mean, if you don't have the whale tail, I'm going to use my whale tail. But you could, I showed a way, I don't have it here, where you can fold it in half. Obviously that's too big. I don't have my circle around me. Fold it in half. You could even just put it like this if you wanted to. You could use a circle hole punch, or if you're creative enough, you could just round it yourself and do that. Or, make it smaller if you want. It's all up to you. I just showed that as an example that you can do if you don't have the punch. You can't really use material because you have to, unless you've got a really good thing that you could poke the hole through the material. I am not going to cover this. I'm going to let the brown show in this. Yes, I am. Okay. Fold it over. Now what's important, and this is the mistake I made, because I went like this and I put my whale tail like this. Don't do that. It only goes on this one. That's what I did. A little glue. Well, a lot of glue. Put it on there. And I didn't do this to this. And it definitely needs it. Well, in my case, I feel like it needs it. Okay, how long are we on for so far? I'm going to stand up so I can look at the clock timer on this. We're already at an hour? How does that happen so quickly? I don't know where that time goes. I mean, I haven't hardly did anything. Here I thought we would have time. Oh, there we go. You could, if you have a hole punch, you could use a hole punch. I'm just going to do this. I put them together. And I'm going to put a hole. The reason I'm using this is because I only have teeny weeny ones of these. If you had a larger ones, you could use a hole punch. I don't have larger ones. So, and even this is a little small for that, but then I'll just go through, put my glasses down, that will help so I can see. Put it through. Ta-da. Turn it. There we go. And there you go. Oh. This does happen sometimes because the way I glue, was doing it so quickly. This is just a Stampin' Up pad. I don't know what it was meant for. I just got it in a bunch of stuff and I use it for poking my holes. And there we go. There is another. And I just gotta do this. Now maybe on this one, again, if you want to put something, you can put a label. If you have smaller labels, that might be just too big. Of course, this color isn't going to match it, but I could put a label there. So that's up to you. I didn't brown that well enough. So there we go. Ink it. It's not brown it, ink it. There we go. Now I have something made for that journal. Just one piece. Well, and several pieces started. That piece I'm not going to throw out. That's good for different things. Little piece. Let's see if we can throw one more together really quickly. I'm going to close this up so I don't knock them and send them flying. Scoop myself my chair. I slide forward on it. And I'm short and it's too tall for me. And it's a very uncomfortable chair. But mine broke and I had to find one quickly and I didn't have a lot of money. So I bought this one for $20. So I'll use it till Now I wished I would have done this in white. Because it would look nicer in white. Oh. Oh. Just because of the paper I'm using. Or pink. Pink would be really nice. Oh, darn it. Let me just see something. I thought I had pink tags here, but I don't. Oh, I really thought I had pink tags already made up. I'm just peeking in my tags, because if I have to trim off the top, because I probably have it rounded. Sometimes I pre-cut tags up. Let me just see. I'm right here. I'm close by. Nope, I didn't. But also oh, I do. Let me see here. Let me pull them out. Now it might make it too short, but it doesn't matter. It can be any size that I want it to be. I don't want that bright pink. Do I have... I only got... Oh, I have two. Sometimes I do this. I'll cut up. And thankfully I did. And in this case, because I don't necessarily put that brown, that'll make another tag later. This one is going to be... There we go. We'll make this one a little fatter. And And then that bird might go nicely on there. More like a hidden journal card with the fatness of this one. But I almost want to collage, put a little collage in because I love this paper. Well, we'll save it for something else because we're trying to do this one quickly, right? Right, folks? Let's see. There we go. Excuse me for a second. My throat's a little dry. Okay. And we're going to corner around him. We'll see if we can do one of these in 10 minutes and we'll call it quit. Let's see. Okay. Again, if I wanted to, I could add just something up the side of it if I wanted to add a little to it. But I think I'm going to leave it with the pink. The only thing I'm not liking is this here. So I'm just going to fix this up. I don't like this on this side either. Sorry, there's a bit of a, it was framed, but because the bottom is less, the frame doesn't look as good now. So I'm just taking the rest of the frame off. That's just me personally. There we go. Get rid of those little pieces of paper. And perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I might use those. Let's pull those out of the garbage can. Why can't I use this as... I might end up using it on my top. I might cut off the corners a bit. I'm going to use it. Oh, let's go back to what we were doing. We don't need that anymore. Throw it up out of the way. I just want to see the time. I should put a clock on, a timer. Beep, 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 beep. That would stress me out, though. I'd be waiting for that timer to go off. All right, we're seeing how fast we can throw this together. Glue. Here we go. Here we go. Now I'm doing sound effects, too. Lovely sound effects. And the cold has hit here. We got a little spoiled here in Canada. Usually Halloween we have to sometimes have winter coats over our costumes, but this year we had a really, really, really mild, and it was beautiful for days in November, and now all of a sudden the temperature is more normal, but because we were spoiled, ooh, it's cold out there. But I don't mind the cold because then, and I love when it storms because I don't have to work, so that I don't go out to work, so that makes it easier to say that. Okay, now I really wished I had a pink line one, but I don't. Not handy. Do I have it handy? I really would like it done in pink. Just give me a quick second. Here, I thought I had something, but I could be wrong. I thought I had. No. Just go back to the other. Okay, so I can't use this, obviously. That can be a perfect one for a long one. So we'll go over here. I'm just going to trim this off so I don't even have to do that, Christina, because you're going to trace it anyways. So there was no need to do that. And I don't want to. It didn't tear that well, but we'll just do that. Oh, I need a little more gone from this. So we'll take 2 off the bottom. That should work. Straighten that back up. Okay, guys, I won't cover the other back of it since we are gone a little long here. And sometimes you could show more on the side, but I want it to be a little bit more space for writing. So I should have done the same. I should have left it a little bit more at the bottom, but that's okay. C'est la vie. I'm going to center that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and ink that up really quick. And yes, I have a journal that I'm going to use this in. I think she's going to be a little fat for my little baby one. I think she'll be too fat to go in a pocket of this. So she'll have to go in another journal. I bet I have another one she'll fit in nicely as well. I always have shabby chic journal, pinky colored ones. Oh, I have one of my hairs. I don't know how I got one of my hairs. I haven't even touched my hair. There we go. Fairly straight. Okay. Feel like that needs a little more glue. Always find the edges are the key. The middle doesn't really matter. Okay. There we go. And we're going to take this and use this. But I'm going to that to it. And the only reason I'm putting the back on it is because I have that hole and I don't want that hole to show. So I'm going to glue this first. I don't want to ink it too dark. I just want it lightly. Sticky fingers now. Okay, so we'll put this on. Try to balance it. See? Probably going to end up going back and coloring this all with paper. But for now, I'll do this. Yes, I know. You did pretty good not meowing and asking. We're almost done, baby. Okay? And then you can have lunch. We both can have lunch. Oh. stuck to my fingers. Oh yeah, I know. It just clicked into the second set, so I've been long-winded again. Okay, lots of little garbage here. Let's get that off. Okay. Yes, baby girl. I know. I know. Got a few more minutes to wait. Just a few more minutes. Here we go. My aw. Put my hole. I need to order some more of these. I think I bought these off of AliExpress. So I need to order them because it takes so long to come. Come on. There we go. Ugh, doesn't want to turn. And there we go. It's a little bit more of a fatter one, but it still works and turned out just nice. And I'm going to later go back and cover that because I like the idea of that being covered. So there we go, ladies. We have made 1, 2 on screen, and the third one I had done. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you guys try this out. These are great for even mass making. If you go ahead and cut up all your tags ahead of time, you could make these, mass make these as well. And you could just even just do them as a collage if you wanted to do them as well, or very neutral colors. It's all up. But you know your journals, if you're somebody who only makes shabby chic journals in pink or creams and whites, you can go ahead and mass make a bunch. But there we go. Thank you very much, ladies, for joining me. And I can't wait to see all your tags. And just come to Junk Journal Craft and Chat. Everything will be linked below. Please like, comment, subscribe. Help me build my business and help me build my YouTube channel. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much and enjoy making them.